There is a lot going on in the markets this episode. I couldn't sleep last night because the market looked so great. Oh boy, we put these things together and got them ready to use. Not only did XRP hit, test and break resistance, but it also failed to close above it. We'll talk about this and what we should do next. Bitcoin threw out the downward part of the next push piece as if it were not going to happen. Bitcoin isn't as low as it can get yet. We thought the price band of $57,000 to $60,000 would be your high point. We've reached the bottom. You might think that Bitcoin is great because it gives you so many buying options, but we failed. I get it. Okay, listen up. That was a completely unique event that no one in Germany could possibly explain. They are mad at them. They could have made a lot more money if they had just held, but we went back to that range right away, which is the lowest we'll ever talk about. When will Ripple's gift of $1 million to the Solana triangle happen? People, it's about to begin. We're getting close. It seems like Twitter is coming back. The feelings, the spirits, and all the old Ripple and XRP movies are really exciting to me. Let's begin with this now. Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, METH, and 63, 64 are all up 2.41%, or almost 2% in the last 24 hours. Yes, USDC is still worth 99 cents of XRP, but USDT is getting close to its dollar peg. Hey friend, 545 cents. It makes me happy that it's up to date. 2.46% look back over the last 90 days. There has been a rise. 10% over the last 30 days. 9%, I love how this thing looks at the resistance level right now. 44 by 56 cents, folks. We're now over 56. Can talk about shooting for 66 when that break comes up. It's time to go back to the big 75-cent level that we've been talking about and supporting for the past 7 months. The markup is 2355000000000 right now. On July 23rd, the ETFs on Ethereum go live. This is a big day that could be the start of a general trend of altcoin prices going up. We are going to check how much money is in these Ethereum ETFs. Do you remember when the first Bitcoin ETF came out? What were the things we noticed? Don't worry, Ethereum ETFs will start on July 23rd. You can see how much Ethereum costs. We saw the price go down. But it later got better, and history tells us that Ethereum might do the same thing here. A lot of people should be about to lose their cool and worry. Then we go up again, which could be the start of a strong pump for all coins. That's what I want. If you're not already well known on Tumblr, think about this. The reduced price is still good. I'll be too busy to post an update, so why not? Make sure you use the low cost to your benefit. $40 for 40 ounces, $25 and 30 ounces of whiskey is a lot. The whiskey makes people come back. They were sold out. They might be gone, but whiskey sets will be back in stock in 3 days. They are back in stock and will be ready to ship in 2 days. Sort those out. I'm likely to try to sell them. We have the koozies tomorrow, so go get some things you'll need. Why? Do not get ready for the bull run. People. John Dion and his small group have been put by James Murphy. Guess what Ripple told us about the law of metal? I hope everything goes well for Dion. They really want to remove Elizabeth Warren from her place and have promised $1 million to do it. I wish he would get rid of her. I hope that he turns redder. In other words, she was making fun of her at first. Thanks for letting me know that $1 million gift can make a difference. It's not clear what this means for his campaign. I agree with John Dion's. I lived in Massachusetts for a while. There are still people I know in Massachusetts. Warren is bad. I missed this story on this small screen, but I need to leave now. This is where people who trade cryptocurrencies look for signs in the Salon's triangle pattern. It says that Fairfield Techniques says Sol's daily chart shows an escape from a triangle consolidation pattern. But with a signal that the general uptrend is likely to continue, this is the chart. I'm going to try to blow this up. It will not let us in. I'm sorry, but I think we can still have a chop. The chop could still be seen from 120 to about 145. Since my big win, I've been talking about the price of 157 right now. I've been telling everyone they should go to Solana. We are benefiting from it, so it doesn't matter how they feel about it, whether they hate it or love it. That is the only thing you need to worry about now in these markets. It makes money, and that's what we want to achieve. In the last 90 days, Solana has grown by 15%. In the last 24 hours, it has grown by about 4%. I think this will go through the roof and hit $300 to $400. From here on out, that'll be a 10, 15, or even 20x rise. I think that all coins will end this rising cycle in 2025. Could you give it to me 15 or 10 times? I gave you my money. I'm sure that Bitcoin is worth it, people. When the price hits $65,000, analysts use the most recent rise to explain the rally. Today, the Japanese company Metaplant announced that it had bought 2.87 Bitcoin, which is worth about $1.25 million. With this exchange, there are now about 225 Bitcoins in the account. In addition, Metaplant has issued a $6.2 million bond to increase the amount of Bitcoin it has on hand. More and more institutions and companies are buying Bitcoin. Germany made a terrible mistake when it sold all of its Bitcoin. Now, institutions all over the world are buying it and giving attention. It looks like Bitcoin will hit 100,000 by the end of the year. After that, we expect a rise to about 160,000, but there is some room for mistake. Now that we've reached 74,000, the fun will really start. So buckle up and get ready for it. We're getting there. I will say, please forgive me again in a moment. I'm sure that the price range of 57 to 60,000 rupees is your last chance to buy when prices are cheap. Do you think that all market coins have reached their lowest point? Who knows what will happen to most of these altcoins, which include some of the worst coins out there and even joke coins. I'm not focused on cryptocurrency when we talk about it on these channels. Did we talk about the majors? We're not going to talk about these jokes here. In other words, what if I were a buyer looking to buy a pub? This is what I'm looking at, folks. Each dollar I spend costs about $20. It will take a lot of work for me, but I think I've done the math to figure out how to lower the cost. I think that's worth almost $1. I think we'll get AR and a 10x, which will make me very happy. We'll see. This gets 10 out of 10 from me. I would have expected a higher ICP when the job was done. A big rise in the ICP has been happening lately. The price of the chain link is too high for me. This is from about 3 months ago, and I'm not going to add pink dots to it yet. I'm keeping a close eye on the price of EVAX, and I think Cardano is another important one. There is clearly a 6 Cardano cycle. Really, I do. As you might have guessed, it's 43 cents right now. The price of both XRP and Cardano starts at 0.45 cents and goes up to 6 or even 10 cents. By the year 2025, everyone will have to smile everywhere they go. For a whole year, smile. After that, we'll get this from amazing crypto and keep a close eye on his research, which has always been correct. We will move forward once we reach this goal. We'll talk about Ethereum and ETF news in the next video so that we can focus on XRP news right now. To save time, he says that calling 58,000 of them impulsive in our shorter time frame makes the situation invalid. The play he talked about in his July 11th video is shown below. In the video, he said that he thought the best place to buy Ethereum would be between $2,200 and $2,700, which is right below two similar lows and meets the HDF demand. And I talked about how in this case it makes sense for a bit of company to head into its own zone, which would find support at weekly demand above 50,000. One could say that our local highs were probably just another move to change the flow of money. Right now, the LTF urge of 58,000 may be our lowest point, given both options. 57 to 60, you're told. I marked it. Since Ethereum is less valuable than Bitcoin, we'll begin at the top of this chart. Our price is at the bottom of Bitcoin, which could start a trend of going up. I agree. In fact, I think that 57,000 to 60,000 is the lowest amount. I am not sure when this movie will end, but I believe it does so now. Bitcoin will still be around. With his careless deeds, this crazy person is pushing Bitcoin even further. This move isn't straight, so it will take some time to finish. These goods aren't quite ready yet, and as I said before, it looks like it's time to move on. It was time to send it, and Dark Defender showed you his chart. He told you in yesterday's movie that there wasn't much room left on this thing if you didn't watch it. We showed you a chart of Bitcoin XRP. We looked at the map and made sure it matched what we showed you. During the 2017 bull run, the 2020 to 2021 bull run, and now every time XRP hits this area on the Bitcoin chart, it means that it is time for XRP to start rising. We quickly checked the area of resistance, which was around 56 cents, since time was running out. It stays the same at 56 cents. Right now, we need to go above that level. If we break through the 56 cent level, we'll look at the 66 cent area as the next major support zone. All of this could happen in July. This week, it's very important to pay attention to